Hi everyone, this is Studio Digital Resin and welcome to this next demonstration video of AGX for AutoCAD. It's been quite a while since I have since I've posted a video on YouTube. Been working on quite a few new features in the product. I've also recently updated my system to Windows 8, and that's brought up a whole bunch of wonderful issues and problems which needed sorting out. Also, AutoCAD 2013 was behaving a little oddly, so it took a while to sort that out. So I think the last thing I posted was a quick little note to show that I've been working on the variables, the new GX variables within AGX. So let's crack on and let me show you some of these new features. You'll notice now that due to AutoCAD's compliance, the menu items are now under plugins. So you'll find it now under this AGX 2013, or the next version I think will just be called AGX for AutoCAD. So whatever other plugins you've got here, you will find the AGX plugin controls up here. So let's get cracking with some of the new features and enhancements. The tree view here has changed a little bit. The groupings have changed. Now each particular element type has got this little number on the right hand side which shows you how many AGX entities are within this group. So points, currently there's an empty model. Yes, storing of the AGX data is now stored in the AutoCAD drawing file as well. So when you save your drawing file, the AGX model data is saved in there as well, and of course when you load up the drawing file, as long as you have AGX already running, then it will load up any AGX related model data into your drawing as well. So there's you'll find now a new variables tab next to the entities tab. So previously, when you would create an AGX entity, for example a GX point, you would specify certain properties of that point, say a number. If you were to create a point by X, Y, and Z, you would have to specify its coordinates. Now with variables, you can create a variable by name and a particular type, and you can assign the property of any AGX entity to that variable. So if you have several entities that all need the same value, previously you would have had to, every time you wanted to change that value, you would need to go and change each and every entity in the Entities tab and update that value, which of course can become a little bit cumbersome if you don't have enough time to do so. So now you just hook them all up to the same variable, and you would just need to change the value of the variable, and then all the entities themselves would change. Let me give you a quick demonstration of point, for example. So I'll just create a point over there. Let me just change the point type to something a little bit more visible. Right, so here we have a point which is now under the control of AGX. If you hover over it, you will see the tooltip showing some properties. So you'll see now under points, we've got one point. Open that up. Shows you its name. And there is also a little number on the right hand side, and this shows you how many AutoCAD elements this GX point is controlling. So there's only one AutoCAD element that the GX point is under control, or is controlling. If there were several, you would see this number change. Right, so let's just go down to here to the properties panel. So the point itself has, because we've created this by default, it's just by the creation method is by XYZ. So you have the values which you can change yourself. So let me change this X to 600. Press enter. Previously what would happen is whenever you change the values of any property, it would update the entity straight away. So now you can't do that, so you have to hit update, and you will see it will change. So now this point is sitting at 600x. If you had several points that you wanted to sit at a particular value, say 600x, and you wanted them all to change at the same time, you would have had to have gone to each point and changed the value of 600. I shall demonstrate if I create another point. So this is now AGX point 02. Here it is. It's at 615. So if I change this to 600, update. If I wanted these points to all move together, you can't really do that. You would have to go and change the value of each point, of each x property of that point. So let's see what a variable can do to fix this problem. So we have three variable types. We have booleans, true or false, integers, and doubles. Certain properties are doubles, 10.5, other properties are just real numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Now the coordinates of points are doubles. So when you hit add double, you get the variable properties. The type shows you the type. You have to specify a name. Let's just call it my x. If I can spell my x. So you've got some extra values here. You've got a maximum value, minimum, and then the actual value. So for now, I'll just say 1000, and let's make this 700. Click OK, and the variable appears up here, its name and its current value. So now let's assign my x to the x property of both of these points. Point 1, you can just simply type in here my x. This will be changed to like a lookup drop down, so the moment you start to type, it will list all variables that are applicable to this type of property, so that it's like a quick lookup. And then you hit update, and straight away it changes to 700. So if you hover over the value, you will see what it currently is set at. Let's go to point 2, change it to my x, hit update, and now it's moved to 700x. Right? We go to the variable itself, change this to 500, hit update, and they will both move. 600. So this is a shortcut to allowing you to control the values of certain properties of multiple entities, and it will save you a lot of time in having to modify all of these values yourself. So the variables, you can, if you were building a really complex model, it would they allow you to control your model with named properties which you assign to your geometry, and then without even needing to go and manipulate your geometry, you can just manipulate the values and you can see your model change in near real time, or as soon as you hit update. So if you were designing a building with a number of floors, you can have a variable called num_floors, and assign that to the geometry which relates to the number of floors, and as soon as you change that value, then everything else which is hooked up to it will suddenly change without you needing to go and find the piece of geometry which is using the particular number and modify that in that way. So that's a very quick intro 10 minutes to GX Variables. I hope you found that useful, and I will be updating the introduction or the video I did for the Brazilian National Stadium with the use of GX Variables and the new arc creation feature, which you will see on the current model. There are arcs on the roof, and I was not able to do this before, but now you can. So I will post a new video on showing you the complete updated version of that particular demonstration. Alright, thank you for watching. Goodbye.